This is Langemark German War Cemetery. It contains remains of approximately 44,000 German soldiers. It's one of the 4 remaining German war cemeteries in Western Flanders. The construction of this cemetery began in 1915 and it was created by consolidating many smaller cemeteries in the salient. Also within the cemetery is a mass grave containing almost 25,000 soldiers with a sculpture of 4 soldiers in mourning at one end. Surrounding this mass grave are a number of granite blocks that bear the names of more than 10,000 soldiers. Within the cemetery are 3 reinforced concrete bunkers of the defensive Langemark line. On the 22nd of April 1915, the Germans released 150 tons of poisoned chlorine gas from the village of Langemark, marking the start of the Second Battle of Ypres. This was the first use of chemical weapons in war and is also the first weapon of mass destruction.
So this is how the Germans bury their dead.
They amalgamated the dead into a few cemeteries, didn't they? 1955. So Hitler returned here in the Second World War. He wanted to perpetuate the myth about the brave, patriotic 3,000 students who fought here, and it was a myth. It wasn't true. Well, it was true, but they were massacred. So it was more a case that they wanted to talk about the bravery of Hitler Youth.
It was from these trench lines here were marked out with the blocks as we'd go along that we've just shown you right down there. It was something like 6,000 bottles of chlorine gas that came from here.
Released, weren't they?
Released from here, yeah.
Caused debilitating illnesses and obviously death. A lot of men were blinded, got asthma, or were in other ways invalided out of the service. But it was a hideous, new method of warfare.
All these shell holes, all left from the battle.
You need to take shelter in a shell hole to prevent yourself from dying. You'd have to get into that.
They are the original ones. I think they just maintain them, don't they? It gets a bit worse down here. And here are the original trees. It's just left. It's like a time capsule.